Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, Texas Art and Soul, founder of Paint Party Headquarters, and we are going to be bringing you two more members of Paint Party Headquarters, and you are going to love their stories. They have some really cool stuff happening in their lives because of paint parties and doing things out of their comfort zone. So I just want you to come on, say hi, and let us know first off where you're from. And then also, if you don't mind, because I know sometimes when we go live and we do these things, people can be nervous. So please welcome them as they come on. Okay. And so for those of you that are like, what is all of this about Paint Party Headquarters? So we open the doors twice a year. And we're going to close the doors at midnight tomorrow night. This will be the last time you can get in at $35 a month. And this is basically where I teach you how to make money teaching paint parties in person, online, and through art kits. So we've had a lot of success happening since all of this stuff with COVID. A lot of our members have switched to doing virtual paint parties and art kits. And so we're going to bring Julie Wilson up first. Julie's going to come on and we're going to talk to her a little bit about what's going on. So welcome, Julie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Good.
Hi everybody.
So this is what I love so much about interviewing, especially Paint Party Headquarter members, is that we always have like art in the background. It seems like almost everybody like has some kind of like crazy art fun or something kind of silly. So go ahead and tell us, and we have some comments. Everybody's saying hi. Go ahead and tell us what your business is and what your business name is, where they can find you.
Well, I'm Julie, and from Paint Parties by Julie, you can find me on paintpartiesbyjulie.com or on Facebook, Instagram. Everything's Paint Parties by Julie. I've been doing paint parties for a little bit over 4 years. So I left my corporate world to do paint parties full time, and I love it. I do. So because of COVID-19. I started doing virtual parties, and thanks to you, Heidi, it pushed me to do virtual parties sooner than I thought, and selling paint kits. And just looking at my numbers last night, I made over $12,000 just doing paint parties and virtual parties since the end of March, actually beginning of April.
Okay, wait, repeat that again because Julie, so again, in Paint Party Headquarters, we have all stages from just starting to Julie, money-making artist. But I want you to repeat that because I just got a message last night where somebody said, are you really doing virtual paint parties right now during COVID? And I said, yes, more than ever. Like people need to create. So you're saying from the beginning of April, just last month,
yes.
Since the beginning of April to now, you have made how much doing what?
Virtual parties and paint kits. Actually, April 11th was my first virtual party.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Julie is a perfect example of somebody who's been doing in-person parties, who has been scared probably to go live. Was that one of your biggest fears, going live?
Yes. I think as artists, we're always our worst critics. So I wanted everything perfect, and that's what held me back to doing virtual parties previously to COVID-19. And then I just went for it. And then it was just like a snowball effect. It just, from that party, those people wanted to book another party. It's just like in-person parties. So it's just word of mouth. So people are looking for things to do right now, and virtual parties and paint kits is the way to go.
Has this been a lot of your local customers that are now doing this virtual with you? Is that how
Yes, it's local, and now I'm doing nationwide virtual parties and paint kits. People are finding me through just seeing their friends post, look what I did today. Or I'm really big on marketing on social media. So
I love you.
so I have people take pictures of their view. Everybody participates and takes a picture of their view, their painting. At the end of the virtual party, I have them hold up their painting, and then they post it on their social media. They leave a review, a recommendation, and then it just spirals after that. So they find me through that.
Are you having Are you doing both Instagram and Facebook? And which one are you finding more success with?
Okay, I know Facebook a little bit more than Instagram. I'm starting to use Instagram a little bit more, but before I was just using Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but I'm finding that people are finding me through both of those platforms. So I just did a huge order for a local hospital who order paint kits with me for all their patients and their families. So, and they found me through Instagram.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh. So
Yeah,
hear that, y'all. So she had a hospital order. And how many kits did they order for their patients?
40. And they're wanting to order more. Yeah.
So exciting. So how much are you charging for your kits?
So I start out for just like my basic, it was like a butterfly on an 8x10. Everything comes with it: paint, brushes, a disposable apron, a rinse cup, plate palette, all wrapped up pretty for them. And it's $15. And they can upgrade for a larger canvas. I also charge for rush fees. So my fee is, my turnaround time is a week. And if they need it sooner, they can upgrade. If they want to add glitter, if they want to add a little custom detailed touch to their paint kit, then I charge a little bit more for that.
That's a great idea. Oh my gosh. So just for all of y'all jumping on here. So Julie is one of our Paint Party headquarter members. And since April, she has made a lot of money. How much was it? 12,000? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
a little bit over 12,000.
Little over 12,000 and what, just over a month?
Yeah.
Just over a month. So guys, yes, it is a paint party adventure. And yes, we are going to teach you skills on how to make money during this. But I think so many times as artists, as creatives, we get in this like set of like, I mean, I can't, that message yesterday, that girl, it just stuck with me. She's like, how are you doing this? And you're, are you still really able to do virtual paint parties during this? And I'm like, yes, more than ever. Like people are online, people need to connect, and people want stuff to do. They're stuck. Pixie's actually packing up 30 kits for us to deliver right now and making some money do it. So if you have kids and they're needing to learn some entrepreneurial skills, you can give them a part of the part of the kit money. But what would you say, like I love the idea. I know some of our other girls are doing that as well, like a brush upgrade, because brushes can be expensive. So
Yes.
what would you say, like, do you have it to where they can go in and just select if they want to add brushes?
No, I don't really have like an online store. I like the direct interaction with everybody. So just to get a feel of what they want or give them suggestions because they might not know even.
Right.
And so just some of these people are wanting to throw their own party or paint at their own convenience. So I always, suggest or ask if they wanted to upgrade to some finer brushes, metallic paints, glitter. Just it's a lot of prep work. So,
Right.
And I charge what I would charge for my in-person parties. So, and I don't have a minimum. So for my virtual parties, because I was starting out, just seeing how they like it. So like my minimum would be 2 people. I had families from California and I'm in Arizona. So I had people connecting from all over with their families, just to make sure they're okay and doing something fun all together.
That's so cool. And how many virtual parties are you at now?
I have done 14. And they're still booking. Like every single day, I get inquiries. I have people messaging me. I know that in Arizona, our stay-at-home orders being lifted on Friday or Saturday, I believe. And people are messaging me to do in-person parties. But I just want to wait it out for an additional month before I do in-person parties. But I have 16 on my waiting list for in-person parties right now.
That's what I'm saying. There is endless opportunities. Endless.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So not only are you having all of these virtual parties. You're selling kits like crazy. And
Yes.
you're bringing in a ton of money. And it just opens your eyes to like the possibilities that there's many ways to make money at this paint party thing, not just one way. So
Yes.
that's insane. Oh my gosh. Applause. Let's give her a big round of applause. That's insane. So what would be your before we go to Kelly and then we'll bring you back on, what would be your biggest suggestion for somebody who's thinking about doing this, they're scared, whatever it is, what would be your biggest takeaway for them?
Just do it. I like Paint Party Headquarters, the girls in there, we're like a sisterhood. So if somebody's stuck on something, you just message, you make friends there. So it's all positive. We're all trying to do the same thing. There's no competition between each other. And we get great ideas. And Heidi, you put out such great tutorials and content for us to use. Like the reason why I joined was because I was running out of things to do. And then I got locked out of Facebook and for months.
Oh, no.
And I was trying to figure out what can I do on other platforms during that time. So luckily I got it back and I'm still there.
Man, yeah, that is not fun to be locked out of Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes, for everybody out there.
Don't overpost. Don't overpost on the marketplace on Facebook is my best tip, because Facebook doesn't like that at all.
So don't overpost on Marketplace.
Yes, and I don't advertise on Marketplace now. I don't really advertise, only on my business Facebook page. I post every paint kit I sell. I have people send me pictures of their finished paint kits. The kids are smiling. That is my big sell, is people seeing everything that I post, from pictures, pictures in process, even the virtual parties. I do little snippets of the video of our virtual parties on my Facebook, and people are just drawn to it.
That's so cool. I know it's just like whenever I was doing in-person parties before they got canceled, and of course they're coming back. Don't worry. As Julie has seen, she has a whole waiting list full of people.
Yes.
But here's the thing, like every time I posted a finished paint party, thank you so much for coming. Guess what? I'm getting messages about getting booked. And it's the same thing with the virtual and the paint kits. Thank you so much for coming to my virtual, or here's what we're doing. All of those things, it spins off into other things. So I am so excited for you. I'm so glad you're just taking it and running with it. And yeah, that's the thing too about Paint Party Headquarters is we have, it's been open 2 years now. So it's 2 years worth of awesomeness. So don't go in there when you join. You have to pinky promise that you don't go in there and try to consume it all in a weekend, because that's not what it's for. It's like a library. You grab what you need when you need it. So I'm glad that the paintings are helping you and all of the marketing stuff as well. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring on Kelly, and then we'll bring Julie back. So if y'all have questions, go ahead and get ready. We'll try to add those on there. So hi, Kelly, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, thanks for being here. Okay, so Kelly, go ahead and tell them your business and where you're at.
Well, I'm in Texas, not too far from here, actually. Woohoo! And I own Paint and Praise, and I also own Paint and Praise Global, a new membership site. But I'm telling you, Paint and Praise, I retired from teaching. I taught for 28 years. And after 28 years, I retired and decided, I'd prayed about it and thought, what on earth am I going to do with my time? I don't know, and so I started Paint and Praise, and it has been amazing. I've been doing it for 5.5 years, but I'll tell you this little story. It's just the coolest thing, because Heidi, you'll see, and I told you at the very beginning that you were really an answer to prayer, but I had been doing this for so long, and I'd shared a studio, I'd shared a space with this adorable space downtown, and the lady that I was working with needed the space, and she had been so kind to let me be there. And most of my events I traveled to anyway, but I was really heartbroken. And I thought, what am I going to do? And I was looking online. I was trying to figure out how to make this work. And that's when, and I'd just been praying about it and praying about it. Am I still supposed to do this? And that's when I found Heidi. And what I had figured out was what I really needed was a community. I needed people that understood what I was doing. Holy cow, what on earth? But it's been amazing. It's really been amazing. And I tell you, it's so funny because then for like a couple of years, I've been thinking, oh goodness, I really need to go online. There's such an amazing opportunity to go online. And I'd really felt God leading me to go online. And I was like, oh, I do not know how to do that. You are not talking to the right person here, God. We are not going to do this. And then COVID happened. So it was like, well, goodness. Okay, so here we go. You know, there's not really a choice. Either you don't do anything or you shift and you do something new and you be bold and you go for it. And so here I had found Heidi, and y'all, if you are looking at doing Paint Party headquarters, this girl gives and gives and gives and gives. And I just think it's amazing. It's very true. It's very true. So I think that it's one of those things where if you're trying to think, okay, I need a community, I need people that understand. Or if you're trying to think, my goodness, I have got to get out of this. I've got to do something new. Mm-hmm. I've got to, you know, I feel being led to do something amazing. And I think one of the biggest things to me is that we have this opportunity to go into churches in person. And like you said, eventually we'll be there again. And I've got so many people on waiting lists, so many churches, you know, that were on the calendar, and we had to say, I'm sorry, we can't, you know, we've got to stop for a little while. And so some of the churches have already done a virtual, and I have a lot on the list to pick up and do because they're missing each other. Yeah. They just miss that community. And so, oh goodness, so many things are going on. It'll just make your head spin. But Heidi, you're so right. Just do what you can do. Mm-hmm. And don't try to do it all. Just do what you can do today. And then turn around and get up the next morning and do what you can do the next day. You know? And you just can't, because otherwise you'll just go crazy. Because honestly, the opportunities are incredible. The opportunities are incredible. I've sold paint kits. Now Julie's like the rock star here, you know, and several others. You know, I just sold right here in town. I only shipped to people that were friends of mine because I didn't really want to mess with it yet. But that's what's so cool about it. You do what you want to do, and you're your own boss. And so that's just what I chose to do. But it has been the most amazing thing. And doing Facebook Lives are so fun. That's always been one of my favorite things to do. So that's, you know, I just wasn't doing it. And the way I was doing it wasn't really helping me. I was just having fun.
There's a way to do it, right? There's a strategic way to
do it. And that's what, you guys, that's what Heidi is so good at. And y'all, which by the way, I'm really sorry. You know, we've had some things with brackets on.
Oh, yes. Did you hear that right before we went live?
Yes, I heard that right before, and I got so tickled because it was like, are you kidding me? My daughters did that all the time because I'm way past most of you on the age scale. So.
Oh my gosh, Pixie, right before it. So I have Telegram. So if you don't follow me on Telegram, make sure you download the app. But we were about to go live, and I was going to have Pixie announce y'all's interviews. And then she comes in and she's chomping on this. Like candy that she should not be eating with braces. And next thing you know, she's like, my bracket. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, we're about to go live and she's got brackets, like, and we're trying to call the dentist. And so I was like doing the telegram, like, well, we're kind of in a crisis, but we're going to be live at 3.
Yeah, because that's real life. And I think one of the things I know you always ask, because I've been watching these interviews, because it's just so fun to watch the community and to hear people talk. And I just get so excited when people are successful. And that's part of Paint Party headquarters. I mean, it is a family for sure. And I love it because people really want to help, and they want to get online, and they want to give ideas, and they want to help when somebody is having a hard day, or they want to share. And I cannot even tell you what an amazing community it is. And, you know, one paint party, you go to one paint party and it pays for your, don't go to one paint party and it pays for a month. So good night. I mean, why would you not want to do this? But I just think that has been one of the most wonderful things, is just having that group and praying for each other, and really supporting each other, and really coming alongside each other and saying, oh, I can help you with that. I know how to do that. Let me give you a little bit. I did that last week, or I did it yesterday, or I've been doing it for 5 years, you know. And so that's one of the things. And then just the amount of information that you have, that at any moment we can go and search and find what we need. And then if we can't find it, oh my goodness, I have asked so many questions and it's like, oh yeah, you know, here's the answer to that. And it's either Heidi or one of the team. And I'm amazed. I do not know when y'all sleep. I don't know how you do what you do.
We don't sleep.
Right, exactly. Well, I was up until 3 o'clock this morning trying to do something too.
You understand.
We do that. But I just think if I could share anything, it's if you have a passion for it, even if you're afraid, just go for it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work. Can you try something else? You know?
Yes. Yeah. The risk versus reward is definitely
it's
the reward. Yeah. And I just want to touch on, so when you start talking about community and you start talking about having a place, and that just really touched me, because one thing is, like, when I started this, when I prayed about this, when God gave me this idea to do this, like, it was out of a need I had. Like, there was nobody out there helping me along when I was doing paint parties. And I remember I just kept getting stuck, or like writer's block, you get stuck with painting designs. And I wanted to be able to provide that for people who would get to that point or need the marketing experience. And so, but what I didn't realize was how much y'all were going to affect my life. Not just, through, finances, but through just this community of people, right? Like, just the way that it is like that. And I think a lot of times people think oh, it's too good to be true, but we really try to make this like a heaven on earth place where people can come and feel safe. And I think too, it's so important to know that people, like our families, we want to talk about paint parties and our business all the time. But man, Bobby's eyes just are glazing over after 10 years of it. Like, he is so sick of hearing of it. That's not his world. That's not, our family's world. Most people are doing the normal jobs, right? And so when we start talking about this, online paint party thing, they're like, what the heck are you even trying to do? And so when you can come into a group where everybody speaks the same language and knows exactly what you're doing, it has just been such a great thing for me to have all of y'all to be like, this is blah, 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 and then y'all can take it and go with it, or we're all sharing. And I don't know, it's been more than I could have imagined. So I just want to thank all of y'all in Paint Party headquarters for what you've been given to me, just as a community and a support system. So I don't have to keep bringing it up to Bobby every 5 seconds. He's sick of it. We get to talk about it, so that's awesome. So before I bring the next person on, I just want to say, I know, what's maybe your biggest takeaway with what has helped you with Paint Party Headquarters? Maybe let's go with that.
I think my biggest takeaway is just knowing that we can do this. We can, and we see other people do it, and it doesn't have to be a competition.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people in the world that want to learn how to be creative, and there are plenty to go around. So why not help each other? Why not work together and not compete? And then if you have a passion for something, don't wait. Just go for it. Just go for it.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. We'll pull you back up here in just a minute. We have Melissa joining us as well. So we'll have Melissa come on, and then we'll bring back Julie and Kelly here in a minute. And Melissa, go ahead and tell everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And y'all are going to love Melissa. I love her accent so much. I just got to say, and I don't have an accent. I'm sure y'all. Melissa, what's the name of your business?
My name of my business is The Graceful Barn.
The Graceful Barn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was so nervous. I just typed my name in.
Well, we're gonna share your business name. So The Graceful Barn, if you want to find more about Melissa. So Melissa, I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here. The whole point of this is just to kind of share member stories from Paint Party Headquarters, because I know everybody is at different stages, from stage one, the hopeful artist just getting started, learning how to paint, to the dreaming artist, to the confident artist, to the techie artist, and all the way to the money-making artist. So could you share maybe one of the things that you're having success with in your business right now?
Oh, wow. I done the kits. I was late to the game doing the kits. And I actually kind of paused on doing the kits because...
Melissa, can you hear me? We're having
yes, I can hear you.
We're having a little bit of trouble with your audio. Let me see. Do you have any earbuds?
I don't. Not in my room. I don't. Oh, gosh.
We can get this working. Don't worry, guys.
Okay.
We'll get it working. As we're getting the audio working, if y'all want to go ahead while we're testing some audio, if y'all want to type in some love for Melissa, and if you want to type in any questions as well. So let's see. Let me try muting and unmuting. Okay, try again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's kind of like garbled. Maybe try to back up just a little bit. See if it.
Is this better?
We'll both back up.
I think it's close to my computer.
It's still a little robot-y. Let us know in the comments. Can y'all hear Melissa? We're going to do a testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay, start talking. Let's see if it sounds any better.
Okay. When I first started, I was a little nervous about the whole COVID thing. So I tried to stay positive, and I decided I was going to just go for it and do a studio in my home and all this breaks loose. So I'm actually going to be doing an art studio in my home. So I focused on that. Then my sister-in-law was like, I was telling her I was thinking about doing kits. She actually owns a soap business local, and I actually work for her and my brother. And so she's like, well, you can sell kits. So I ordered my stuff. It took me about a week and a half to get my supplies. And then I basically just started doing kits. And I posted it on Facebook, and people started, I used some of the designs that you have. I did some that I drew up little puppies and stuff, and it just kind of grew from there. I had people asking me about birthday party items. I did the little bear design for a little boy just the other day, and the little boy he's like a Spider-Man fanatic. It's actually on my page. I didn't charge for it, but I drew him a Spider-Man, and so he painted it. And so he even told his mom he was going to grow up. He was an art teacher, and he was teaching her how to paint the Spider-Man and the bear. So it's really precious.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so we're hearing that it's crackly, but some of y'all are able to hear it a little bit because I'm hearing some of it. So so somebody says, tell her to use her phone. Are you on your computer or your phone?
I'm on my computer.
Oh, try the link from your phone, because I know they want to hear it, and we've got to hear your accent. So
Okay.
we got to hear this accent full on, not garbled, not choppy. Thank y'all for being patient with us. For those of you that are doing virtual stuff, I just want to remind you, you are going to have tech issues from time to time. So this is a lesson in Virtual Paint Party 101. You're going to have some tech issues sometimes. You're going to have things that happen. A lot of times when I go live on my cell phone, I'll actually take off my, I'll go on my cell phone and I'll take off my Wi-Fi. So sometimes you have to use your Wi-Fi and sometimes you want to not use your Wi-Fi. So if you can use just your straight from your data plan from your phone, sometimes that works even better.
Do I open it in Safari? Because it's telling me open in Safari.
Yeah, try to click it from your phone. And then I'm going to remove you from this stream. And then once you come back on, we'll put you right back on. How does that sound?
That sounds fine.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So we're going to come back to Melissa here in just a second. Let me check the comments real quick and see if we have any questions that I can answer. Pamela says she doesn't have an accent. That's just normal for us. I know. I always say, I don't have an accent. I don't know what y'all are talking about. And they're like, you just said y'all. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I do have a little bit of an accent. Okay. So let's see if there's any questions. I'm going to scroll up and then we still have Julie and Kelly. We're going to bring them back on in here in just a second. And then we'll answer some of your questions. Let's see. Lana says, I think they can be both parties as well for people to just paint at home at their leisure. The latter is what I'm selling the kits for. I hope that helps. Oh, she was helping answer a question. That's awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of people on here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Yeah, so the kits, and again, we have people that are literally just starting out, like never done a Facebook Live, brand new to painting, all the way to people like Julie, who are selling tons of kits, like Kelly, who are doing virtual stuff and even going a step further into other virtual things that are very exciting. And so my job in Paint Party headquarters is to not only help you with like specific trainings, with tutorials you use every month, with marketing hacks, social media things that you can use every month, but we also, I want to show you the possibilities of what is out there. So, so we have people all the way in stage 5 that are taking it to another level, like, you know, just all kinds of things online. So again, I don't want to overwhelm you with how many possibilities there are. I want to stay on topic with the paint parties, the online paint parties, the art kits, but I just want you to know I'm not that person that's like, okay, you've capped out to what you can do. There's nothing else. I want to show you that no, there's more. There's more that you can do. And those of you, I saw a comment, and we're about to bring Melissa back on here in just a second. I saw a comment yesterday. Somebody said, how did she put it? Let me see if I can remember how she said it. Oh, it was somebody that was talking about virtual paint parties, and it just slipped my brain. But oh, so she had posted in one of my posts, and she said something like, my studio's closed, I can't do anything else, and I can't do kits or whatever. The stores are out of stuff. And then the person said, no, she's teaching you how to do virtual paint parties. And she immediately from that point was like, well, no, that's not going to work either. And I just kindly put a remark, and I just said, I understand that your in-person parties are not happening right now. I understand that you might not have supplies for kits. However, a lot of times when you're doing a virtual party, I think we underestimate that people like me, like you know, the crafty people, we hoard art supplies. Like I have enough art supplies to probably put together kits for a year because we love, like if we see a new glitter glue, we got to buy 12 of them, right? So I think sometimes people forget that there's still so many possibilities. But when you're just in this mind space of like, nope, it's only my local community, it's only in person, it's only this, it's only that, you're stopping yourself from an entire world of opportunities if you just be available to listen to what's out there. It's insane. So let's see if Melissa's audio is working. Oh, there's her head. Hi, Melissa. Let's see if her audio is working. And then if not, we'll go back to the other girls. Can you hear me, Melissa? Nope, I don't think she can hear me. Okay, all right. So we're gonna go back to Julie for a minute and answer some questions, and then we'll try to get Melissa back on here in just a second. Okay, Elizabeth asked, "Do I sell kits?" Yes, Elizabeth, I sell kits. I do in-person parties and I do online paint parties. So I do them all. I am definitely one of those people. I don't teach what I don't do. So I'm not a person who's like, yeah, I did paint parties way back in 2009, and now I'm going to show you what I did way back in 2009. No, I was actively having my parties canceled the same time all of my members were. So I'm a person that definitely am a person that does what I'm teaching. So I want to have my finger on the pulse so I can always be your guinea pig and show you what's working real time. So go ahead. We have Julie on, and we'll look. I think we have Melissa on her phone now, which is good. So we'll try to bring her back on in just a second. So let's go ahead and see if anybody has questions for Julie. And while we're waiting, Julie, is there anything that came up for you while we were talking to Kelly that you want to add?
Not that I can think of right now.
Put you on the spot. Put you on the spot. So I know Elizabeth's asking if they sell kits. Linda says yes, a craft supply hoarder. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. And we have all the stuff, and a lot of people were putting together kits just with the things they had, lunch bags, drawing cute little things on them. Somebody said, Jenny says, artists are problem solvers. We like challenges to think creatively. And then Deb has this question, and maybe Julie can answer it for her. If not, Julie, I won't put you on the spot. I could do it.
Okay.
But let's see if you can answer it for her. She says, total newbie, still wondering if this is something I can do. What would you reply with to Deb?
Yes, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And you have all the tools at Paint Party headquarters. Everybody's there to help. Heidi, you put out tutorials consistently, so anybody can do this.
Yeah.
And I have my kids help me. I mean, I have, just like you have Pixie, who's what, 13, 14?
She's 13 years old. Yeah.
So I have a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, and my 14, they're both girls. Mm-hmm. And my 14-year-old actually instructs some classes as well. So it's fun for them to do. So if my 14-year-old can do it and she can make paint kits, my 10-year-old draws some of the paint kits for me. Mm-hmm. And my whole family is full of art. We like to draw every single day. So if a 14-year-old can do it, you can do it. You just got to be creative and be consistent and believe in yourself.
Yeah. Hold on. Now I'm doing something weird. I think so Pixie, she's been helping for a long time with me, and she actually ran her first full-on adult women's paint party of 30 people when she was 10 years old. I had lost my voice, and we had already had prepaid 30 people. It's pretty much a mortgage payment almost. And so we didn't want to cancel, and she'd been coming to parties and helping me since she was around 5 years old. So I was like, okay. I was like, can you teach the paint party? And I'll walk around and help. And she was so excited. And then several times after, when I would go back to that paint party, the ladies always asked, where's Pixie? Is Pixie coming tonight? Like they wanted to see her. So that's awesome. You're bringing your family in. I love it. Okay. So let's see. We're going to see if we can get Melissa back on. So Julie, we'll bring you back up here at the end. And thank you so much for jumping on again. So let's see if Melissa's is working now. Okay. Hey, Melissa.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, there it is.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome. So tell us what you were saying about your art kits.
Okay. What I did, basically, my sister-in-law's like, yes, you can do art kits. So I got online. I got on Amazon. I ordered me some bags. I ordered some paint, ordered the canvases, ordered my brushes. Everything. I just basically put them all together, threw one of my business cards in there, posted it on my page, and then they started selling.
How much were you selling them for?
I actually sold my kits for my kid kits, and I just had like the actual panels because I couldn't get the actual canvases. Mm-hmm. So I went with the panels. So I sold them for $10 a piece.
So panels. So you're still making a profit even with that.
yeah, I still made a profit with it, easy, because I bought the big things of paint and I had little cups already from where I did my paint parties, so I didn't even have to buy anything like that. And I just basically put all the paint in the with the little lids on them, and I taped them down. And actually, one of our other ladies showed us how she did hers, and I just kind of went with it. I didn't even put directions, so it was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Really.
People want to know what state you're in.
I'm in Kentucky. I'm in Southeast Kentucky, actually.
And they're all coming. I love the
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah. And so, I mean, like anybody, if they're on the fence about this, I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Do it scared. I'll be honest, I started in July, I believe, with Heidi, and I pretty much just kind of watched YouTube. I've never been an artist. I've never painted anything in my life. I mean, I actually started out dabbling in paint, selling signs, and I couldn't even sell signs. I mean, seriously. People would like get on my lives with me, and then they would go make their own signs. That's what was happening to me. So after I met Heidi, I started not feeling as threatened about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped me as far as that, not feeling threatened when people copied me, to look at that as being a blessing, not a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed that. I'm an only girl. I have 3 brothers. So it's like having now it's going to be 99 sisters. Because last I heard we were at 1,000. So it's really awesome because the community that the ladies have, and if you'll just do it and do it scared, you'll be surprised, because when I started, I think my numbers was around 300. And I looked this morning and I'm at 1323 followers and 1,078 likes.
Okay, so people know this is your Facebook page, right?
Yes, that's my Facebook page, and I'm actually tomorrow I'm releasing my first membership myself, and I didn't even have the title officially to it till after I did my research last night. The name I was going to do, someone actually had that business, so I changed it completely, and so I'm going to be releasing it tomorrow at noon, and it's called the Graceful Art Chicks. So, and what it is, we're going to be doing art journaling with all my little animals and my country things, with like my barns and my, all my little farm animals, because I love those. So
yeah, I see all the cute animals behind you, and you have your own unique style, which I love. Yeah. I think that's so important to know. So we have Kelly on here as well, who just recently launched a membership as well. And so in Paint Party headquarters, we focus on art kits, we focus on paint parties online, and we focus on paint parties in person. And then in our stage 5 money making artists, we start to talk about those opportunities of, well, what if you were doing something online and building your Facebook following, like Melissa, went from 600 to 1,000 something?
It's 1,300.
1,300. Nobody's keeping count, right?
Yeah.
You're keeping count. Like, always write down like where you're at, because what you track grows. So I have, binders of my stuff of like when I first started Texas Art and Soul, and how many likes I had when I started, doing something and learning, because when you see something grow, you realize the efforts you're doing every day are worth it. And so, just like her, I know Kelly's, already launched something too. So I'll let her talk about that for a minute as well. But the crazy thing is when you put yourself in this box and you think, that's all there is, and you don't, I'm a person, like, I have a business mentor, and business mentor Stu McLaren. And if he tells me to go do cartwheels in the front lawn, I'm going to figure out how to do cartwheels, even though I can't touch my toes, but I'm going to figure it out, because I know he's been where I want to go. And I know what he's telling me is not going to harm me. Right. Yeah. And so I'm that person for you in paint parties. What I'm telling you is not out of trying to trick you or hurt you, or I'm telling you this because I've done it and I've made the mistakes, and I want to shortcut your success. So I'm just so proud of you. So how many art kits have you sold?
I think I sold around 30 some so far. I haven't been doing them that long at all. And then I actually, since I've been doing this, I actually did a collaboration as well, because beforehand, and I had like 28 artists, and we went 2 days lives.
Wow.
So it was insane, needless to say, but we got our businesses out there. And and a lot of those were people they were all Paint Party Headquarters people. So, and we helped each other, and we become friends, and it was just such a blessing, because you can talk to people till you're blue in the face, the people around you, your loved ones and stuff, but they don't understand fully what you do, like the people that actually do it with you. Because you can get on the phone or Facebook Live with somebody, virtually, and just kind of brainstorm about something, and it just clicks just by you telling them. They don't have to even say a word to you. A lot of times it'll just click just by that. And then at the beginning of the year, Heidi, you had us do our boards, and I actually found mine. And it's so crazy that I found my board, because my board, I want to make sure I tell y'all this. It says New Direction 2020, and right in the center. So I'm going to probably cry. Try not to. And then big letters, I got closer to God. Pray daily and read. New books. Spread holiday cheer. And guys, I didn't even start parties till October. I did 12 parties between October and January. And then I've got health, family time, start a new year, and get organized. And I have really tried hard on that, and to have fun. And the thing of it is, when you do paint parties, it's like magic. When you turn that music on, and it is such soothing as a soul for anyone. Because you turn that music on, and it's therapy. I mean, it truly is. I'm going to use the word therapy because that's what it's been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not do this just, it's truly like you take that paintbrush, you start painting, that music's going, it clears your mind. It truly just clears your mind. And then at the end, you've created something that's beautiful that you didn't even realize that was inside you. That's the best way I can explain it. Yeah. It's been for me. Oh. And it's not me at all. It's God. It's every bit God.
Yes. And that's the thing. I'm all about praying big, expecting miracles.
Yes.
And I encourage the ladies in Paint Party Headquarters to do that. Like, pray big, expect miracles. Our God is big, and we're so used to this, yes, pray and be grateful. But then God wants to watch us fulfill our dreams. He gives us that passion in our gut for a reason, like to drive us and to have us do this. And so I get so excited when I see y'all go after what you want. And you do it unapologetically. You do it scared. You do it with the coolest accent in the world. People need to hear, I just want to watch your live so I can hear you talk, we all have something different to offer. And somebody sent me a message yesterday, and they said she'd been trying to send it to me for a while. She was trying to send it via email. She's one of the Paint Party Headquarters sisters. I'm not going to say who it is because of the nature of the subject, but she sent me a message, and finally she said, I couldn't get it to you through email, but I'm just going to voice message it here. And she said she was trying to get her pastor to go Facebook Live, and he was against it, and he wouldn't do it. And he said, she told him about how I was going live and talking, I guess, about God and stuff like that. And I messaged her, and I was like, well, did he go live? Because I think, again, I talk about this being a paint party adventure, and I talk really strongly about sharing God's love through art and how it has these therapeutic, put on some Christian music or put on whatever kind of music you want and paint and just create. And I thought about that, how there's even pastors out there that are scared to do a Facebook Live, but they have no idea what kind of impact that they could have if they would get out of their own way, get out of being scared of what they're going to look like, what they're going to sound like, what they're going to say, and actually just do that. And how awesome is it that we get to do that with painting? How cool is that?
the coolest thing that I really enjoy is when you're teaching a party, everybody in the room can be painting the same thing, but it's just like our handwriting that God gave each and every one of us are individuals, and we have different handwritings.
Right.
That's just like every painting that you see will be different. And you can even try to paint that same painting and it's different. You can't make it exact because I've tried. It doesn't work. It looks similar, but you can't. It's unique. Each time you paint one, it's totally unique.
Yeah.
So, but I can't even say enough about it because and just like Kelly said, you can do a paint party with a group of ladies and you can feel like you're on cloud nine. And then by the time you get done, you've actually you've got money, real money. I mean, I've done them before and they've been sticking the money in my pockets. They were, because some people didn't feel comfortable paying with PayPal or whatever. And I mean, I didn't really even know how much money I had in my pockets before. So, but yeah, it's so true. And it is therapy for the soul. And I invite anybody they want to come over on my page. Thursday, I'm actually doing a free puppy party in my free group. So they're more than welcome to come over there too.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, I remember speaking of money, and again, this is I'm teaching you how to make money doing online, in person, and art kits. So yes, there is talk about money, obviously. And I remember I did this giant party, and it was in my hometown, and I was selling kits at that party in addition to like over 107 people. Well, we kept having signups, like last minute signups. And so I stayed at my grandma's house that night, and I had this little black art bag I used to take everywhere. And people were handing me cash to pay for these kits at the party. This was before I was pre-selling kits. And there was just this cash in every single pocket. And so me and my grandma were sitting there and we were like undoing this thing and we just kept pulling it out. And me and my grandma were just like, what is happening? What happened? Like we were just laughing and we we're like, oh my gosh, like I am so lucky. I get to do paint parties for a living, like and make like legit money, not just like I made a few bucks, but like I think I made over $4,000 in one night. And I was like, this is craziness. Like people need to do this, And so I'm just so grateful that there's so much more to it than just making money. But remember, that is a part of it too, because there is nothing wrong with providing for your family, and for whatever you want. And also if you want to use it for vacation money, extra money.
You can. And as a way of giving back too, I had one of the local churches here that the kids were going to Tennessee on a mission trip.
Yeah.
And what I did for them in that fundraiser sent 25 kids. So they got to go. And I was just beside.
So cool. Yeah. And because you're using your talents and you're not scared about it.
Yeah. We painted trucks. I can't tell you how many times I painted trucks and I loved it. I would paint trucks now. That's how well I loved it. And it's not about the money. It truly isn't about the money. You get to meet people and you get to talk to people. And I'm new trying to learn now the virtual stuff, but I'm excited about the virtual stuff. I really am. It's just like my eyes are wide open. I can't even explain it. It's just like you say, do it scared. I mean, no matter what you do, just do it. If you got a gut feeling, you just do it because it'll all work out.
Yeah.
Because he takes care of us.
He does. There's so much potential. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing. If you don't mind staying on for just a minute, I'm going to bring Kelly back up and then we'll bring you back up at the end for final thoughts. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. So let's bring Kelly back. Kelly. Okay. So Kelly is a great example of getting to that money-making artist stage. And now she's seeing opportunities. Again, I just want to be crystal clear. I don't teach you the membership side of things in Paint Party Headquarters. I do kind of touch on that in stage 5, but I really want to get you like going and ready for virtual paint parties, in person, and art kits, and then open your eyes to those possibilities. So you were one of those people that your eyes were open to that possibility. And what have you recently done from this?
Well, I started my membership. It's Paint and Praise Global. And it's just a founding membership right now. And it's been so fun because people that have participated and maybe painted with me many times are coming in and saying, we want to come alongside you and we want to be a part of this because we're so excited of what can happen. And so I just can't even imagine. But I tell you what, because I know what you do and I know where your heart is, I wanted to say, I paid for our daughter's wedding with Paint and Praise, and just doing in-person paint parties. And now she's got a little girl. So that was 4 years ago. I hadn't been going for very long, and I had enough money in my account to pay for her wedding. And I think a couple of things that I've been thinking about as people were talking, and I'm so thankful I wasn't the only one that cried.
I cry all the time, so don't worry, Kelly. I'm always crying.
But the in-person paint parties. Oh my goodness! I have friends all over the state of Texas because when you do in-person paint parties, and if you're willing to, I pack up easels and canvases and paint and drag those things all over the country.
Me too,
but, those friends and I get messages back because I actually teach an entire Bible study that I designed the painting and the Bible study together. And so there are scriptures and the Bible study all goes together. And so I have people that will message me or that'll call me or text me and they'll say, somebody was looking at my painting and then I got to share the scripture that went with the painting. So I got to share Christ with those people because they asked about it and it was right there. The scripture was right there. And so then though, so many people are going to think, well, because I have the same thought process. These virtual parties, aren't they like not very personal? Aren't they not, you just don't feel close? Oh my goodness. It's not that way at all. And I've had messages from people that have already done virtual paint parties with me saying, I sat at home and I listened and I painted and I had my Bible and I wasn't comparing myself to anybody else and I took my time and it was just a special moment. So here's the thing, it's just another layer of what we do. It's just another part of what we can do. And what's amazing is we've seen now with all this COVID mess, there's not really anything that can stop creativity.
No.
There's not anything that can stop that problem-solving, creative person from finding a way. And it's like all the other ladies have said, it's not about making money. That's a great perk. But it's about building community and it's about helping other people, men and women. I love it when men come to my parties. Oh my goodness, that's the craziest thing ever. And you've had guys come to your parties, but it's building that relationship and helping people feel comfortable in their creative soul. And it's beautiful. And I wouldn't change what I do right now for anything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I just want to, for those of you that are like, maybe virtual isn't as personal. And how many times have we cried in the past hour? Like if that doesn't show you that you can relate. And also, a lot of times there's people even in your local area that want to come to your in-person parties, but maybe they can't for some reason, or maybe they're nervous, or maybe they're like an introvert, like my husband, and they would feel weird going by themselves. But now you're offering something that they can come to and they can be in their home and they don't have to be nervous about being around other people or whatever the case is. And still you're able to do that. And I love what you said about the person painted that painting and then had that opportunity to talk right there because of that painting. And again, you don't, coming into Paint Party headquarters, we do have a prayer and gratitude meeting. It is optional. You don't have to come for that. You could just come from the business. You could just come for the social media trainings. You could just come from the tutorials. Remember, you have rights to my designs now. This will be the last time at $35 a month because you have full rights to use any of my designs for your online use to make money to do that. But I am upping the price when we open the doors again, because it is a lot. Like, I'm giving you all of that. But that's the thing, is like, you just don't know who you're going to be able to reach. And because you're bringing it online and you're doing this, you're able to reach people that you never would have been able to reach just by in person. So it's like,
Well, here's the other thing, Heidi, is that, and this was my husband's idea, so go figure, you know, because it's so funny because he'll get excited about it when he kind of clicks with him what I'm doing, and it's like, oh my goodness, okay, you know. But he said there will be a time when we can have in-person paint parties again.
yes,
But the medically fragile and the older population, which incredibly enough, I'm part of the older population, but whatever, you know, but there will be a time where we may do, and hopefully all these other ladies that are listening will catch on to this. We may be able to do an in-person paint party, but take it also virtual, where those people that are a part of that church ladies group or a part of that
yeah,
or a part of that quilting club or whatever, that some of them can come, but the others can attend virtually and feel like they're a part. And it may be a while that we have to do those types of things.
yeah, that's so true. I mean, how many conferences are ran where there's a conference, but then you can also buy a virtual ticket?
Right.
So people can still be there virtually as well. That's so true. Robin says, honestly, ladies, I'm 65 and this has always been a dream of mine, but I'm not tech savvy and I have no one to show me what I will need. Do I answer that?
Yeah, you call your daughter. Help me. Or you text Heidi or you message Heidi or one of the team and you say, I am in way over my head here. I have no idea. All I know how to do is go Facebook Live. That's it. I hit the live button and I talk and then I stop. And but you just gradually learn. And every now and then you beat yourself up for being old and this not being your language. Because granted, Robin, we didn't grow up with the language of all this tech stuff with computers and all of that. You know, the Apple IIe was, you know,
I'm 40. I didn't grow up with it either. So, and here's the good news. Here's the good news. It, good and bad. It changes every 5 seconds. So the good news is that you have somebody like me who is willing to learn it as fast as humanly possible to help you with the next step. And we provide trainings like that too. So a lot of people, they think that like I grew up in that time where I was texting with my thumbs. No, I just learned texting with my thumbs recently. So yeah, so I'm there with you. But that's the thing. You don't have to have all those pieces, right? You know how to go Facebook Live. You can do it. Yeah. So Robin, your
email still works.
Yes.
Still works.
I actually strongly encourage you to keep email addresses. And that's for a marketing lesson inside of Paint Party Headquarters. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. I want you to share before I let you go. And then I'm going to go to Julie, let her share one last thing, and then go to Melissa and let her finish up. So just remind everybody where they can find you and just maybe your final thought on all this.
Okay. On Facebook and on Instagram, I'm not real savvy with Instagram yet, but I'm working on it. Just go to paint and the and sign and praise. And there are so many things already on there. I've actually figured out a YouTube channel, but I'm not even going to tell you because I'm getting there, but it's paint and praise also. So you can just find me there. That's where I am. And I would love for you to come like my page, join, and just follow what all's going on. It's just a crazy place over there and it's fun. And I have lots of really, really sweet people. And then I guess what I have to say to everybody is just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy it and have fun. Don't make it laborious. Just do what you can do.
What does that word mean? What did
laborious. Don't make it where it's like hard work and labor. Just have fun. Just have fun with it and do what you can do. And the things that you don't know, don't beat yourself up. Find somebody that does know it and figure it out, find Heidi, say, Heidi, help me. There she is, the girl. And I just think that this is probably the most fun I've had in my entire life. And I love teaching. I would teach anything, y'all. I mean, give me, y'all, listen to me, y'all.
Love it, y'all. That's a new word. We have people that are in Paint Party headquarters up north. They're now using y'all because they listen to the trainings.
It's the only thing that makes sense in this situation, but just it's just fun. And I would teach anything. I mean, give me a handbook of I don't know what, and I'll figure out a way to teach it. But teaching this, it's just a blessing every single day.
It's so fun. Yeah, I just am so grateful I get to do this for a living, you know, and I know you feel the same way. So, oh my gosh. Well, y'all go and make sure you follow her on Facebook at Paint and Praise. And again, you know, she has paid for her daughter's wedding using Paint Party money. There will be another time when we have in-person paint parties, but in the meantime, you know, start learning this. What if you learn something new? I mean, you know, you're thinking of the risk versus the reward. A $35, you're going to go out to eat and spend that this week. You know, like we close the doors tomorrow at midnight and we don't open up again. And when we do open up again, we open up twice a year to the public. And when we do open, the price will be higher because of all the online elements we're now teaching. So make sure you get grandfathered in at that price. So thank you, Kelly, so much for being here. All right. So y'all go follow her on her page. Now let's bring Julie. All right, Julie. Now, thank you so much for hanging in here with us. So go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you if they want to learn more about you and just any final thoughts you have.
They can find me on Facebook, Paint Parties by Julie, LLC, and I pop right up. So I'm on Instagram, same thing, paintpartiesbyjulie.com. What I would like to say is, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. So I never thought this could turn into a business. It was just a hobby. A friend asked me to do their kids' party, and it just snowballed. Yeah. So I started this 4 years ago. I have over 4,200 followers on my Facebook page. So, and I've been on the news at least 5 times. I've been published in magazines and newspapers, billboards, radio, TV commercials. So it's just, and I didn't pay for it. So that's just people reaching out to me just by my following and people going to my events. So I just want to tell everybody, please don't give up. I see people are like, oh, I'm not tech savvy. I can't find supplies. You have to start somewhere and just believe in the process, just like painting. I always tell everybody, trust the process. So if you can't find supplies, go online. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, all those craft stores, they will ship it to your house. That's what I do. Or do curbside pickup if your state does that. But there's always a way if you just keep on looking.
Yeah. Good. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hear me. Hello? Sorry, it got weird. So it's so true. I think sometimes people, when you want something bad enough, you'll figure it out, right? Like you'll figure out, you know, a lot of times people put these little blocks and it's not really that big of a block. It's just, we can't move past it until we get to that next thing. Like, for example, you know, what do we put in the kits? Like people need to know that. And, you know, it might be just the fact of me saying, okay, you just put that napkin in there and you just put these brushes and here's where I got him. And now it moves you forward. You know, there's a quote and it says something like, you know, find somebody that you want to do, like that's doing what you want to do and just model what they do. Like, you know, it's not rocket science. You just find somebody already successful, you know, like Julie, like Kelly, like Melissa, doing what you want to do. And then you just model them. And so I love what you're saying. And again, there's entrepreneurship, and I'm sure Julie can agree with this. It's not for the weak. You know, there are there are going to be trials. There's going to be, some of the biggest successes I have come out of the place where I was about to totally quit. Like just totally like, I'm done, I'm over. And then I pushed through it and had encouragement from friends or family or whatever it might be. And then on the other side of it was some of the biggest successes I've had. So it's almost like, it's just like a rite of passage. You've got to go through failures to have successes. And in Paint Party headquarters, I think what I love most is helping you realize that business is like this. Anybody who tells you business is just this is lying through their teeth. And I'm sure Julie can agree with that too. You're going to have, ups and downs. You're going to have times when you feel like you're the biggest rock star. And then you're going to have times when a party cancels or you have 2 people sign up and you're like, what did I do wrong? But my job is to help you realize that that's normal, that the people who keep showing up consistently and they're persistent, and the people who have the discipline, those are the ones that are going to succeed. It doesn't matter. It's not a matter of if you're going to succeed. It's just a matter of when you're going to succeed, because it just takes that. And a lot of you have that fire in your belly and you want that. And why not fast forward the process and make it a little bit easier? So Julie, they can go where to find you? Say it one more time so they can hear you.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Just look up Paint Parties by Julie, LLC, or paintpartiesbyjulie.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of the stuff you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go ahead and bring Melissa back up one last time, and then I'll answer any questions after that. Okay, Melissa. Again, let's go ahead and share where they can find you. On Facebook or Instagram or wherever you want them to find you. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, try now. Try now. Technical difficulties. Hang in there. I have it unmuted on this side. What are we doing wrong here? We're going to get this, Melissa. Don't you worry. Not yet. Try now. We got the glasses on. It's getting serious. Hold on. Let's see. Unmute mic. Okay. Try now. I love this. This just goes to show all of y'all that are struggling with tech, it's okay. It's okay. You can hear me? I can't hear you. Let me see. Let me try now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, let me mute my computer.
Yay.
I can hear you on my computer, not on my phone. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so we got it. We got it. Okay, so tell us where they can find you, and then also any final.
And I think delay. But oh wow. The
Okay.
camera angle. Oh gosh. I just lost you.
Good now. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you, Melissa. You're good. We got you. You're good. We can see you. Yeah, try talking. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, we can.
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Watch the chat. Final thoughts. Let me write it down on this. If there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
I think she's reading the chat.
Thank you.
I love it. Marissa says, love this. This is real-time tech issues, people. Real time. Do you see in the chat? Hold on. Let me say final thoughts. Okay, Melissa. Let's see if she sees it. Hold on. I think she thinks she needs to type it. We can hear you. Okay, Melissa.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Do it scared. No matter what you're doing, just go for it. Do it scared. If you don't know the tech stuff, look, I'm an example right here today. So you have 99 sisters in there. If you have a problem, and Heidi plus Brendan and all the other ladies, they will help you. There is no failing, really. There's not. There's no failing at all.
Yeah.
And if it don't work, you try something else. That's just how it is. You just keep trying.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa, for being here. And I'm going to wave bye because I don't know if she gets. Okay, so thank y'all for hanging in there with tech issues. I want y'all to really realize that it's okay. You're going to have tech issues. You're going to have things that happen. But we are here to help you along the way. And I just wanted to share those stories with you from members in Paint Party headquarters. So again, we are closing the doors tomorrow night at midnight. When you think about risk versus reward, it's really a no-brainer. So yes, $35 a month, you can cancel at any time, but I want y'all to see that there's more to this than just about making money. I always talk about, sharing God's love through art. I talk about this being a paint party adventure. I don't want to look back on my life and go, I worked hard, which I work hard. I'm a person who definitely has a really strong work ethic, but I also really intentionally schedule my life where I can have adventures, where I can have fun, because, I feel that. I mean, how many of y'all have kids that are in school or they've already graduated? And, Pixie, she's about to be a freshman. And so we feel that, urgency of, we have 4 years that we can force her on adventures with us. Then she's going to be 18 and she's going to be graduated and she's going to be doing her own thing and doing whatever, God calls her to do. And so I am so excited about really, intentionally having fun while building a business. And so I strongly encourage you to do the same. And so if you are hesitant about this, or you're curious, join us, see what it's about, try it out. But I want you to also give yourself grace. Give yourself grace to fail. It is supposed to be, you're supposed to have times when you fail. So many times we're like in this world where we seriously think, everything's supposed to happen perfectly, magically the first time we try it. And if it doesn't, done, right? We're supposed, we have that attitude of if it doesn't happen instantly, it's not going to happen. And I'm telling you, that is not true. It's discipline, it's consistency, it's tracking your progress. It's so many things like that that you are going to see. And I'm telling you, the people that are failing the fastest, and I say this because my husband's he makes the joke, you just fail and you get back up. You just fail, you get back up. You just fail and you get back up, right? The people that fail the fastest are the people that are going to have success the fastest, because there is not one successful person out there that doesn't have it without failure. So if you're sitting there going, I want to do this, but I'm scared. I want to do this, but I'm going to fail. I want to do this, but I'm embarrassed. I've been recommending the book Creative Magic So Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, because so many people it's the confidence, they're scared, they're nervous, all of these things. I want to be on my deathbed going, I am so glad I tried. Like, I am so glad I saw what could happen. I don't want to be there going, man, remember that dream I had like when I was like 55 and I thought this would be kind of cool. But then I was nervous about what a friend or a family member might say. Or I was scared that what if I failed and I was embarrassed? Or what if nobody signed up and I was rejected? How many of y'all have that? Like nobody wants to feel rejected. Nobody. I remember trying to make a friend. Okay. So I was trying to make a friend in my local area. And I was telling my husband and my daughter, I was like, hey, there's this girl. She's a painter. I think we could do paintings together, because I had a really good friend and she moved to Houston. And so we used to meet every week and we would paint together and we would chit chat and we'd share our lives. And I just wanted somebody else I could paint with, work on projects, chit chat, share my life. And I thought, this girl, she's a painter, and I used to go into this place where she worked and I always saw her and we'd chit chat, we'd talk. And I thought, I'm going to see if she wants to maybe paint with me. So I was like, it was almost like you're wanting to go on a first date, right? Because you're nervous. You don't want to be rejected. But I told Bobby, my husband, I was like, I might get a new friend. Like, I'm excited. They were rooting me on, and we went into the store and we all parted ways so I could go try to make the friendship happen. And so I remember I went up to her and I was like, hey, I was thinking sometime if you want to get together, maybe we could paint, do you want to, friend me on Facebook and we could send a message? And so I was so excited. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So we get to the car and my husband and my daughter are laughing at me because they're like, you are such a dork. And I'm like, I know, but I just want another friend in my local area that I can paint with in person and just chit chat and talk about life and all of those things. And so I get to my car and she friend requested me and we Facebook friend. And then I sent her a message and then she never responded. Never responded. And so then the next time I went into the store, it was so awkward because I was like, she rejected me. And so then I get ready to check out and she's checking me out. And she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't have time. I've been working on my house. And she had and she was busy. She was busy and she didn't have time. And so I was like, no, it's no problem. I understand. And I was just sitting there thinking well, we're all busy, right? We all have busy lives, but it could have been cool. And so I say that with the fact that, to this day, we are still not painting together. And still, I want to paint with her because I think she would be an awesome friend. But I understand that feeling. We have that feeling of rejection. We have that feeling of wanting to put ourselves out there, whether it's trying to make a new friend or start a new business. It doesn't matter what it is. We hate that feeling of being rejected because we put ourselves out there, literally, we just feel we want to, do something. But then if it doesn't work out, it gives us that feeling. Was I not good enough? What is she not seeing me? I'm a cool person. She's missing out. We would have had so much fun, all these things that we think. But am I regretful that I didn't try? No, I'm not regretful that I didn't try. Am I thinking, hey, she might have missed out? We could have had some cool times. Yes. I'm thinking, there's no way, we could have had some fun times. But here's the thing. I don't want to ever in anything in my life look back when I'm 90 years old or whatever age God allows me to live. I never want to look back and go, what if? What if? And in this case, it's not like when you join Paint Party headquarters, you're having to go, take out a massive business loan to learn. This is not a franchise, okay? This is a $35 investment that literally you can cancel at any time. So it's a no-brainer, but I always want you to look at the risk versus the reward. So my risk of putting myself out there and trying to make this new friend, yeah, it happened and it didn't work out and it's okay. But what could have the reward been if I wasn't scared? The reward could have been like my other friend who I still talk to all the time, who we're getting together this summer because we miss each other so bad. That weekly connection I had with that friend where we could meet before we went and picked up our girls from school and have time together and, talk about what was going on in our lives and pray for each other and just all of these wonderful things that we could get from it. Because it's a paint party adventure. And I want you to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace to fail. Give yourself grace to dream. Give yourself that right to dream, because so many times we share our dreams with people we should not be sharing our dreams with. So anybody in the comments relate to that? How many of you have shared a big dream you had and then immediately was knocked down? And it could be from a close friend or a family. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, hi, my sweet husband. Can y'all, okay, you gotta show him your shirt. Yeah, y'all gotta see this shirt.
Thanks, Kitty.
Me and Pixie try to find the stupidest cat shirts we can find for Bobby, because we're a dog family, although our nightly routine has been watching cat videos on TikTok. They are the best ever. The best.
It's hard to go to bed when you got cat videos going.
It's hard. That cat last night, he was so fat and he was trying to jump up on a counter. And when he went to jump, he do the little, can you do it?
I'm not a cat. I jumped like 3 inches though.
He went.
That's funny.
And then fell right back down. But he made it the third time. It was awesome.
You're just all over the place with this, aren't you?
Squirrel.
Squirrel, squirrel.
Squirrel. I gotta get back to what my point, and then I gotta wrap this up.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Bye, Bobby. Thanks for the tea. So I just want to finish on this real quick. So what was I talking about? What did you interrupt? It was a good point.
I don't know. You were telling embarrassing stories about people not liking you at Michael's.
my friend, that didn't happen. One day she will be my friend. No, I'm not going to force that relationship. That's going to get weird. It's going to get awkward. That's what I was saying. Don't share your dreams with everybody. Guys, I think sometimes people think we have this big dream, we pray big, we expect miracles, and then we think that it's okay to blabber that dream to everybody. I am a person that will tell you right now, don't share your dreams with everybody. You need to know which people in your circle that you can share those big dreams with, that are going to support you. And if you're in, a place where you can't share those big dreams with anybody, have a journal, write them to God. I have a journal that is literally co-creating with God about my business and about my big dreams. Bobby doesn't even see it. There's things that I have planned and that me and God are planning that he has no idea that is coming. And so I write those and hide those for myself and for God, and letters to God about what I hope comes from this and what I'm asking and to help and all of these things. And I think sometimes we think that we have a dream. We're so excited. We want to word vomit to everybody, right? Well, some people have other things that they've done in their lives that have caused them to have that rejection, or caused them to have, that cynical feeling of, no, it can't happen. And when you tell somebody your dream or your new venture and they shut it down because of their fears, that they're projecting their fears, what happens is it just takes a little bit of that joy you had from that big, exciting thing you're about to do. It's just like painting a painting. We have a rule in my house. If I'm painting a painting, nobody's allowed to talk about it unless I have asked your opinion. Because I would have this vision of this awesome painting, and then all of a sudden, somebody, Bobby or Pixie, not meaning to, but would walk by and say what's that? And they weren't even meaning it in a bad way, but the way their body language, or however, I, as a sensitive, creative soul, immediately took it as a negative. And this awesome vision I had for this painting went from this excitement and motivation and creativity to this, I'm not good enough. Maybe it's not going to be good. But they don't see the vision. What is happening right now, even in Paint Party headquarters, is beyond even what I was envisioning. But at the beginning, when I started it and had 58 members in Paint Party headquarters the first time 2 years ago, could you even imagine to where it's coming now, and to all of you in there sharing God's love through art and praying for each other and being there for each other and having, hundreds and hundreds of you doing that. But if I would have listened to people earlier that may have been projecting their fears of, what are you doing? Why would you do that? I would have never gotten to this point. Or when I was teaching paint parties and people said, I remember so clearly at a family reunion, and I'm not here telling you quit your day job. I'm not that person. I will never be that person. I'm a person that tells you build it up, then move to the next thing, build that up, then move to the next thing because of my past. But I remember I was at that level where I had to take it to the next level, and I was quitting my full-time teaching job. That was a scary thing. I thought I'd be a full-time teacher forever. I guess I still am teaching full-time, just in a different way, right? But I remember telling that to one of my family members, and they said, well, do you think that's even going to work? Because I was moving to full-time paint parties. I was already doing full-time paint parties, but I was doing both at the same time. And I finally had to make that decision. It was making enough money that I could make that decision. And I looked at him and I said, well, I guess we're going to find out. And then I went on, and in 3 weeks, I had made 12 grand for my family in just 3 weeks teaching in-person paint parties. This was before I was teaching virtual paint parties. And then, go on and go on and go on from there. But do you think that everything through that time was success, success, success? No. I will be the first one. My paint parties got canceled March, just like everybody else's, my in-person. So we have pivoted. Paint Party headquarters is now where you can learn online paint parties. You can learn kits. Art kits have been so successful, as well as in person when they start back. And then there's the opportunity to know what else is out there and to dream big. So guys, you have till tomorrow night. You got to make a choice. Okay. So I'm not going to be live a zillion times, after tomorrow. I will calm down and go back to a couple times a week. But the reason I'm on here is because we open the doors 2 times a year to the public. This will be the last time at $35 a month. You will be grandfathered in. So if you are like, I am not sure, but this sounds awesome, let me try it, I just don't think you're going to regret it. And we have so many awesome people here that are ready to help you, ready to welcome you in. Again, like I've said before, this is not a Mean Girls Club. You can go to 1,000 Facebook groups if you want to be a mean girl, but this is a place where we support each other, lift each other up. We know we're going to have failures. We're here to help you back on that. And another thing too, there are no stupid questions. So if you get stuck, you don't sit there being stuck. Yes, Linda Williams, this is live. And Elizabeth just joined. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, if you're stuck, I want you to post where you're stuck. Know that we can help you, because the last thing I want you to do is to go, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Like, that's what Paint Party headquarters is for. So you don't get stuck. Yeah, Elizabeth says very excited. And I love it whenever people say it's live. I'm like, yes, it's live. Hi. And it's so fun. All right, guys, I'm so excited. We have so many people that are signing up. I just want to say welcome. Please give us some grace as we get everybody situated in this awesome time that you're going to have in learning. Give yourself grace with learning. Give yourself grace with us getting you in the right place. And then everybody who's joining, basically, you click on the link that should be somewhere in here. If not, I'll add the link as soon as I end this broadcast here in just a couple minutes. And then as soon as you join, you're going to get 2 emails right away. One is going to be a welcome video from me. It's going to give you direct access to where you can immediately see Paint Party headquarters, the hub, the membership hub. It shows you all the different trainings. I want you to pinky promise me that you're not going to try to watch all of them at once, because it is 2 years worth of information. We are strategically showing you the very first things that you need to do, which is a welcome video that gives you a tour of what you need to know first. The art kits training will be the second thing we want you to watch so that you can immediately start making money through that. And then the third thing is going to be the virtual paint parties course. I want you to watch that. And then that is it. Of course, you can experiment and look around, but I want you to not go too much further, because on Monday at 6 p.m. Central, we are going to have a welcoming ceremony for everybody that joined so that we can make sure to get you in the right place, point you in the right direction, and know where you can go. So we're excited for you. I'm so excited. Linda says, I've been watching but missed the beginning. So excited about being a member. Elizabeth says, wow, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, guys. We have so much goodness coming your way. And I'm going to be live in a few more hours. I'm going to be teaching a painting. And remember, all of you that join, all the paintings I've been doing this week, you have full rights to use for online use, in person, and for art kits, as long as you're a member of Paint Party Headquarters. So look forward to that and many, many more painting tutorials as soon as you get inside. All right, guys, I'm going to end with that. And all of you that were on here sharing your stories, thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Melissa. I love all of y'all's stuff. Thank you, Julie, for being here and sharing all of your successes and everything that goes along with it. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few hours for a painting. See you soon.